She had heard the bells ringing, a deep, mournful sound that echoed through the streets. People were gathering, moving toward the great sept of Baelor, and Arya followed, curious and afraid. When she reached the square, the crowd was thick, pressing in on all sides. Arya was small, and she wove her way through the legs of the people, trying to get closer to the front. She could see the steps of the great sept, and there, standing on the platform, was her father. Ned Stark looked different. He was thinner, his face gaunt and pale, and his once proud bearing was broken. His hands were bound, and he wore a simple tunic instead of the fine clothes of the hand of the king. Arya's heart raced. She wanted to call out to him, to run to him, but something held her back. She could feel the tension in the air, the unease of the crowd. Her father began to speak, his voice carrying over the murmurs of the people. He confessed to treason, admitting that he had conspired to steal the throne from Joffrey. Arya's stomach twisted. She knew it wasn't true. Her father would never do such a thing. He was honorable, just, and good. This was a lie, forced from him by the Lannisters. Then Joffrey stood, his golden hair shining in the sunlight. He was just a boy, younger than Robb, but there was a cruelty in his eyes that made Arya shiver. He spoke, his voice high and petulant, and the crowd fell silent.
My mother bids me let Lord Eddard take the Black, and Lady Sansa has begged mercy for her father, but they have the soft hearts of women.
Arya's breath caught in her throat. She looked at her father, hoping, praying that Joffrey would show mercy. But then Joffrey's voice turned cold, and he said the words that would change everything.
Sir Lyn, bring me his head.
The crowd erupted in gasps and shouts. Arya's heart pounded. She tried to push forward to reach her father, but the press of bodies was too tight. She couldn't move. She couldn't breathe. She saw Sir Lyn Payne step forward, his pale, gaunt face expressionless. He was the king's justice, a man without a tongue, and he carried a great sword. Her father knelt, his head bowed. Arya wanted to scream to stop this, but no sound came out. The sword rose, gleaming in the sunlight. Arya's eyes widened. She couldn't look away. The blade came down in a swift, brutal arc. There was a spray of blood, and then her father's head tumbled from his shoulders, rolling across the wooden platform. The crowd roared, a sound like the crashing of waves, and Arya felt the world spin around her. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't think. Her father was gone. They had killed him. Tears blurred her vision, and she turned, pushing through the crowd. She had to get away. She had to run. The faces around her were a blur, their voices a distant hum. She stumbled, her legs weak, but she kept moving. She didn't know where she was going, only that she had to escape. As she ran, the image of her father's head falling played over and over in her mind. She felt a burning anger rising in her chest, a hatred for Joffrey, for the Lannisters, for everyone who had done this. She clenched her fists, her nails digging into her palms.
They killed my father.
She whispered, the words like a knife in her heart. She would never forget this. She would never forgive. And one day, she would make them pay.